What's the first song that you felt like, man, this put me on?
I already know what it was. It was at LSU. It was called Rebirth. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that 504. That song there on LSU campus, I was Jay-Z.
Bayou family, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of In the Bayou, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. Now, we got a real special guest here today. Guy that's from New Orleans, he's from Louisiana, and he has a really fundamental understanding of being happy. Ever since I've known this dude, right? Like, it's just been so positive and like welcoming and embracing, and he's continued to grow, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna get his take on it. But missed you guys last week. This past weekend for me, I had to travel with my son. He playing baseball in, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and so I'm kind of burnt out on the drive. And I told Tyrell I was gonna give him all my car keys. That way I ain't got to drive for the next month. You know what I mean? But I'm here with my main man, Tyrell McCall, as always. And so make sure you guys subscribe, right? Notifications.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments, man. Y'all leave emails, anything. All of that helps us to continue to reach you guys and even further beyond you guys. So got a real special episode today. But how you been doing, bro?
Man, everything been great, bro. We had a little baseball game this weekend, man. Okay. My son looked like he's swinging that thing. I've been showing him Aaron Judge and Fernando Tatis and Shohei Ohtani, and so now he's on the mound and now he's throwing the ball. So I just been having a blast, bro. But man, like T said, we've been missing you guys. Hope you guys stay locked in. We got some great content that's going to be dropping on that YouTube page, man. And just stay locked in. We got some Bayou Bites content that's going to drop. And I want to tell you guys, it's actually from a vendor who was at the French Quarter Fest down here in New Orleans. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man.
I heard the French Quarter Fest was real good. But, man, without further ado, welcome our guest
my brother
today, Dee-1.
Man, thank y'all for having me, man.
Yes,
it means a lot, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm like I said in the opening, man. Like ever since I've known you, you've just been so positive, man. Right? Like, and we're gonna get into who you are, but I really want to ask you that. Like, how did you even develop that in Louisiana? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much negative and. People glorify, some of the worst things. Yeah. And, but that's kind of like how we was raised.
Man, my family shielded me from all that negativity, bro. So the negativity was going on the block, but I didn't live on the block. I lived in the house.
Correct.
You feel me?
Right.
So by the time I went to the block,
that's a mouthful you just said.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that house right there, man, I got goosebumps just saying that. I always felt sheltered by the love from my family, bro.
Yeah.
So that way when I showed up in the world, when I showed up at Digby Playground or showed up at the park, you know what I'm saying, or hooping, wherever I was, on the block, in the East, in the Goose, I showed up as a dude who, my cup was full with the love that my family gave me. Nice. So that gave me, watch this, T. They tell us that we're supposed to be a product of our environment.
Right.
My family taught me to make my environment be a product of me.
Sure.
So if I show up with love and with positivity, I got to impact the people around me with that.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool, bro. And I'm telling you, look, man, obviously I'm proud of you. It's hard to make it out of here. You know what I mean? But I probably say one of the things I'm most proud of with you in particular is that, man, like if people looking at you from across the street, man, you look like every other light-skinned red dude, from New Orleans. And but it's so much more to you. You know what I mean? And so it's been cool, man, to kind of see you like keep your personality and not cut your hair and continue to wear your bandanas. But the message you preaching is far from that. You know what I mean?
For sure. You know who I get that from?
Who's that?
That boy Jesus. that boy was looking just like everybody else. You heard me? That boy was walking the streets. He wasn't like, hey man, hold on, I can't be with y'all.
Yeah.
He was with everybody else, looking like everybody else. But what came from inside of him, that love and that message, priceless.
Man, that's amazing, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's start over from the beginning, right? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of our people in the Bayou, they know you because you're from here. But for the people that's not from here, this may be their first time, hearing you. like who are you? Where you come from? And like what motivates you, bro?
Man, I'm David Arnold Augustine Jr., you know, and I used to not like my middle name, Arnold, because I thought it sounded kind of corny.
New Orleans, that's the New Orleans.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. But then I realized, like, man, my grandpa's name is Arnold, you know what I mean? Like, I got him on my chest right now. This man here is a hero of mine. So I'm like, what I look like to not embrace that? So I'm David Arnold Augustine Jr. from New Orleans East, from the Goose specifically. Yeah. My grandparents lived in Michoud, so really the East raised me, whether it was Michoud or the Goose, you know what I mean? Grew up playing at Digby Playground. I played at Milne for a little minute, but Digby was like 4 blocks from my crib, so I played at Digby. Yeah. Man, grew up loving sports, you know what I'm saying? Always was good in school, specifically math. That was always my thing, numbers. You know, my uncle, whatever little odds and ends jobs he had, he was a blue collar worker, like you was telling me, like you was, T. Yeah. And whenever he'd get paid, when I was a little kid in kindergarten, if I could count his paycheck, you know, in cash and get it right as like a kindergartner, he'd give me $20 out his paycheck. So I was incentivized to be smart. You feel me?
Point.
That's one thing we don't get in New Orleans. We get incentivized to jump off the porch and go commit crimes.
Right. Yeah.
We get incentivized to do wrong things and do bad things. So from early on, my family incentivized me. If I could say a prayer the right way, if I could recite the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father prayer, right, the right way, my grandma would call all her friends and go give me a popsicle because she was proud. Like, say that prayer, David. Say that prayer for my friend over the phone. So I used to get rewarded for doing good things. Yeah. So I think that rubbed off on me. But then, you know, I went to public school my whole life. You know what I mean? So going to public school, I went to good public schools, but I ain't gonna lie, when I started being around my friends, I was like, when I do the right thing, they call me the smart guy. They call me a nerd. I'm catching the RTA, you heard me? I live in the East. I'm catching the RTA uptown every day. So I catch the RTA to Canal Street. Then me and my boys walk from Canal to where the streetcar was on Canal Street. And we had to catch the streetcar because the school I went to, it was called Audubon Montessori. That sucker was across the street from Tulane, right? So every day I'm catching the bus like an hour and I'm seeing, y'all know what's going on Canal Street. And I'm in 5th grade. I'm in 6th grade, you heard me? Off the porch doing that. And now I'm realizing my family celebrates me for doing good things and being smart. But the streets of New Orleans trying to push me to do negative things because they try to make fun of me for doing the right thing. So then I was caught in the middle. And then I learned how to do something that I wish every little kid would never learn how to do. Dim my light. I learned how to dim my light. I knew I was special, bro, from the earliest of ages, but I learned how to turn that light down so I could just fit in with everybody. And I stopped being as special. And I started just, relate to that, all right, I'm just gonna fit in. I just wanna be cool. I want all these people on this bus, all these people at this school to think David is cool. And to be cool, I can't act like I'm too smart. I can't speak up when I know something wrong is happening. And I became a master at dimming my light for a long time.
Yeah, no, that's the truth, man. And speaking on that, right? Like your sweater, gangster.
Yeah.
Right, and it's been cool, man, to see you flip that like the last few years. Like, like, I don't know what people think. You know, I feel like my daddy was a gangster. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I don't really
Rest in peace to that brother too. You know, I met him a few times. I used to go visit Mac.
I used to go talk, you know, hunts and stuff like. He used to send me a lot of pictures and videos, you know, of you going up there, man. So, but yeah, man, that in itself is a lot of respect. But like I said, it's been cool to see you flip that gangster word, bro, because you've been preaching this for a minute now. And what is it again?
Yeah, gangster, growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. G.A.N.G.S.T.A. I feel like I'm a spiritual gangster.
So let me ask you, do you feel like you're responsible for? I shouldn't use the word responsible.
The answer is yes. No. Right. Say it. Because the answer is yes. Do I feel like I'm responsible for the people who might listen to me or look at me? Absolutely, bro. When I signed up for this, if I signed up for being a rapper so I could make a lot of money, so I could be influential, so I could be popular, then I also got to sign up for the accountability to be held. What message am I putting out there? And if I'm putting poison out there, I need to be held accountable for that.
Absolutely.
We got people who want the rewards, but they don't want the consequences that come along with fame and stardom.
Yeah. I mean, you've been challenging some big names.
For sure. We all big names in the eyes of the Lord. So I don't look at it like, oh, these people, that's people who I'm not worthy of telling them something. It's like, dog, you gonna meet your maker the same way as me when it's over with. Yeah. I'm trying to help you, brother. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying nothing because I'm hating on y'all. Like, I'm literally trying to help people because I seen what's behind that curtain. Yeah. Y'all see the millions of followers. Y'all see the big mansions and the cars. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I seen the depression that people be in. Mm-hmm. I seen people out here feeling trapped because they know they don't want to be glorifying murder and selling drugs. They 50 years old now. Yeah. They're not trying to do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Does that add like extra pressure or stress on you?
To me?
Like trying to, and I mean, you got a real spiritual foundation, so maybe you don't even feel it at all. But do you sort of have those moments where you just feel overwhelmed with, because you're talking one way, right? But every day we wake up and get on Instagram, it's like ain't nobody listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, does that trouble you sometimes?
Yeah, bro. I'm still human, man. I can still feel when I'm getting pinched, you know what I mean? Right. So I do feel the weight of the calling that I have on me. Sometimes at night, you know, I have intense prayer sessions with God because I'm asking him for the boldness to do what I know David don't want to do it. Right. Mm-hmm. But God, I know you got the strength to push me to do it, you know. Mm-hmm. Say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done. And I do see a shift happening. Mm-hmm. I really do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, there's so many people that's waking up right before we started recording. And my apologies to the staff. I had to take a phone call when we was in here debriefing. But that was Manny Fresh. Right? Mm-hmm. That's Manny Fresh calling me because I'm finna interview him for my podcast in a few hours. Yeah. But that's Manny Fresh calling me, and he won't be mad at me saying this. He called me last week, fed up with a lot of the stuff going on in hip hop. Yeah. And he FaceTimed me and was like, D, man, I need to come on your platform, bro, and talk about some stuff. Yeah. Like, a shift is happening, yo. People are tired. People are ready to grow. People are seeing that we the only ones, black people. No disrespect to anybody else in the room or tapping in, but we the only ones who profit off of killing each other and making it sound cool. Yeah. And then they call somebody like me a hater if I speak out against it. Yeah. Right. I feel like, bro, people talk this pro-black stuff, bro. I feel like if you enjoy making music about killing your people and you enjoy consuming that music, that's the most white supremacist thing a black person could do. Yeah.
Man, I remember not a couple years ago, maybe more 5-6 years ago. Matter of fact, it was around when Will Smith got killed. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the tweet, but I sent out the tweet, and it was really like, centered around just ignorance. Like, I think people just, and like, what is that? Like, where does that come? You're a little older than me, so I'm trying to figure out where did this come from, where that, like, in our culture, is like, man, like, the only way, you know, we was just talking about my dad, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and the reason he's a street legend is for some of the worst things you could do. Yeah. And so it's like, how do we break like such a long chain, feel like?
First, we have to acknowledge that there's a problem. And some people don't want to act like there's a problem because as soon as you tell them, like, man, we infatuated with ignorance. They say, you a hater. Right. You know what I tell them? I am a hater. I hate anything the devil loves. You think the devil loves us murdering each other? Heck yeah, he love that. You think the devil loves us disrespecting women and selling dope to our community and being drug addicts? Of course the devil love that. So I hate all that stuff. Of course I'm a hater. That's the first thing is we got to stop trying to shield it and acting like, man, that's our culture, man. How you going to talk against our culture? Brother, I'm not loyal to nothing in this world because I'm not from this world. I'm not of this world. You feel me? Yeah. So that being said, bro, if I love New Orleans, but if New Orleans is trying to push some stuff that I know ain't right in the eyes of God, we got to speak against that. I love being black, but if they say, well, black people, we love this and we love that, and if that stuff that we pushing as black people ain't stuff that's right in the eyes of God, we got to have the courage to speak up against it. That's step number one, bro. Yeah. We got to acknowledge that there is a problem. Now, how did we get here? I'm going to tell y'all, there's been a reward system set up to make us say, all right, I'm poor, I'm hurting, I'm struggling. What can I get paid easy and quick from? Yeah. And that reward system was like, oh, easy in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Go sell crack. You know what I mean? That's quick money. Go sell crack. Now you got to sell it to your own people. You heard me? And you're going to make your whole community be drug addicts, but you're going to get paid quickly. If you're a rapper, if you're coming up in the hood, man, I think you know, I could spit. I think I could make it out with these raps. I bet. What's the quickest way to get signed as a rapper? It used to be, man, rap about murder, violence,
right,
sex, drugs, all that stuff, just making a whole bunch of money, blowing money in the strip clubs, and you can get on quick like that. So people have been incentivized to do the wrong thing.
Before you do anything else, make sure you subscribe to In the Bayou podcast if you haven't already. Now let's get into it.
Nah, that's true, bro. So what's some things that was like growing up living next to Livingston?
Yeah, I live next to Liv, you heard me?
People don't really know about, like, the checkerboard. You talking about the goose.
Yeah, the goose and the checkerboard. I'm glad y'all asked me this, dog. People think I grew up in Eastover or something. People think I grew up like a trust fund baby. By the grace of God, we in a position now where that's what we want for our seeds. I don't have no kids yet, but that's what we want. But nah, bro, I grew up next to Liv, you heard me? I grew up right there, 6601 Dwyer Road. So y'all can do y'all Google Maps research and be like, that's where that boy grew up at. Yes, D1. Let David off Dwyer. You heard me? Yeah. Straight up. Man, what it was like, it was normal. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, unfortunately, you see crime, you know what I'm saying? You see that yellow tape, you know? You see my neighbor across the street. My mama was like, oh, he on America's Most Wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's our neighbor from across the street. Right. And I'm sitting there looking at TV. Man, that's Mr. Lloyd. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was normal for us. Right. But it was also beautiful, man. People, I didn't go to live, you heard me? My daddy, man, my people, bro. My daddy never went to college, but he wanted to make sure I had something he never had. So he camped out outside of Audubon, Montessori. He had to sleep in a tent overnight on the sidewalk to have a chance to get me in the lottery to get into this good school. That was all the way across town from where I grew up at. By the grace of God, I hit the lottery, you know what I mean? Got in this good school. I went there from kindergarten to 8th grade. Yeah. So every day, I'm growing up next to Livingston, but I'm catching the bus, and my school is next to $1 million houses. So I go to school with black, white, Hispanic, Asian people. Yeah. So I don't feel intimidated by nobody. I feel like, man, I'm just as smart as y'all. Right. And like when I come back home, I'm still excited to be around my friends on the block. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just go, we playing basketball, we hooping. I had the basketball goal in my driveway, you know, even though the driveway was about as wide as this carpet here. Like literally, driveway was super narrow, but man, we had some epic games in that driveway, bro. Just loving it, bro. Yeah. War wounds, you know, falling on that concrete, you know what I'm saying? Waking up. Yeah. I'm the dude that, when the RTA bus was passing in front of my crib, because I lived on Dwyer on a busy street, I'm like, man, let me make this 3-pointer so everybody on the bus could see me make this 3-pointer. So they could be like, that boy right there, that boy cold. Like, this all just memories from being a little kid. Yeah. Drunk driver ran through my crib one morning, like 4 a.m, bro. He was drunk. He thought he was hitting the brake in his car. He hit the accelerator, ran clean through my crib. Right through the crib was very small. So when he ran through the crib, you know, right where I was sleeping at on the sofa, I would have died if I was there. But me and my daddy used to lay downstairs and watch the TV show New York Undercover. You heard me? That was a TV show that used to come on, Fire Show, little crime drama show. And that night, when he got up and went to bed, you know, upstairs, it was a little townhouse, he said something just told him to wake me up instead of letting me sleep on the sofa, because we only had cable downstairs. We didn't have cable. We had, you know, we used to steal cable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, he used to. Don't send me to jail. My daddy used to steal cable. Yeah, go get him. Yeah.
I had to hide the boxes and stuff. Every time they come, they have all the boxes out under the bed.
So all that. So man, he said something told him wake me up that night and tell me go sleep in my room. So I had all my baseball trophies on the shelf, all my, you know, basketball trophies. That night, boom, heard like an explosion. Car ran clean through our house, bro. All my trophies fell and stuff. I'm like, man, what's going on? I went and looked by the stairs, had a car in the middle of our living room, bro. And if I'd have been sleeping on that sofa, I'd be dead right now, you heard me? So I've been knowing for a while, man, that I was put here for a special purpose. And even some stuff that happened when I was at LSU, man, that reinforced to me, like, man, you here for a reason, man. Like, I'm at LSU. I stayed in Highland Plantation, right there on Highland Road, a few blocks off campus. Me and my partner playing basketball. In the middle of us hooping, playing one-on-one, 3 dudes come run up on us, you heard me, armed robbery. They thought we had broken into their homeboy's car, who he's somebody, you know, that's very popular out there. And we had no idea what they was talking about. And one of the dudes pull a pistol out, put that pistol right there on my temple, you heard me, telling me he about to blow my brains out. and this girl was walking to her second floor apartment, and she looked down at the basketball court, and she was like, "Oh my God." And when she did that, it caught everybody's attention, and they looked up, so they got spooked. So he put the gun down, they ran off with our stuff. But even living through that moment, bro, it just reminded me, like, man, you don't know how long you got here on earth, so make your life count and stand for something.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been on.
Nah, bro, that's amazing, man. That's absolutely amazing.
So, bro, I know you did a little hooping. You thought about hooping at LSU?
I did, bro. I tried, bro. I went to LSU at the wrong time.
Are you a real athlete? Or like,
bro,
you know?
Bro, you looking like you doubting me now.
No,
I played in your softball game before. I was doing my thing even then. Yeah, bro. No, I really, so I played at Digby my whole life. I played baseball from age 5 on up to 18, you heard me? Real nice. I'm left-handed, so I was the first baseman my whole career.
So that was your first love?
Baseball, yeah. Baseball was my first love for sure.
Gotcha.
Then, man, my grandpa had me in a bowling league, you heard me, out there in the East. So I used to bowl at Rainbow Lanes. And people used to laugh, you heard me?
You lived the life.
Bro, I was nice, bro. Every Saturday.
I know.
While people was watching cartoons, I was bowling, you heard me?
Yeah.
So I had almost a 200 average, you know, that's like real good.
Yeah.
So then I started playing basketball. I got a late start. I started playing basketball in high school. I got cut my freshman year. I went to Ben Franklin.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Had good grades. Started playing ball, and I was nice because I've been street balling my whole life, but I wasn't organized, right? So I went to tryouts. Man, I got cut from Ben Franklin's team freshman year. Tore me up.
That's insane.
Tore my pride up, bro. Right. Got cut from Ben Franklin's team, right? So I had a chip on my shoulder. I said, man, ain't no way these dudes that much better than me. So, man, I used to hoop before school, at lunch, and after school my freshman year. So a dude got hurt, you heard me? He got hurt in the middle of the season my freshman year. So when he got hurt and another dude was ineligible because of grades, they called me and asked me if I wanted to be on the team.
Yes.
So I got on the team in the middle of the year. I act a dog at that point, boy. They let me on the team. Bro, I start cutting up so much, they put me on varsity. You heard me? Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm starting on varsity. So I'm doing my thing. I'm one of the top 5 scorers in the city of New Orleans. But I went to school at a time where you had my boy Bo Lester McCaleb, legend.
Mm-hmm.
You had DJ Augustine, legend. Even though I'm David Augustine, I ain't DJ.
Brother Martin,
it's level.
He used to kill St. Aug.
So that's when I'm in school at the same time as them. But I'm averaging like 20 a game. You know what I'm saying? And we in 4A, so we playing Carver, we playing Carr, Old Perry Walker, Cohen. Yeah. So we not that good, but that was our best season ever at that time when I was a senior, you know? Yeah. So I did my thing, planned on going to college and playing ball. Had a horrific thing happen in high school, man. I got diagnosed with a very rare disorder. Some people call it a disease. Some medical people call it a disorder. It's called achalasia, right? ACHALASIA. So if people look that up, it's something that would cause my digestive system to have like a traffic jam. So when I'm eating and drinking, it's feeling like, dang, my food won't go down into my stomach. Next thing you know, I'm throwing up everything I'm eating, right? Mm-hmm. So I go from like weighing like 165 in high school, like 6 foot, 165 to I'm like 140. You hear me? In high school, I'm losing weight. I can't hold none of my food down. So the doctors say, oh yeah, you need a massive surgery. This is a very rare condition that you got. So they wanted to operate on me before basketball season my senior year. And I was like, ain't no way I'm missing basketball season. Because they was like, you're going to have to miss 2 months of school after this surgery. You're going to have to miss 2 months of school. I can't miss my senior year playing ball. So I hooped my senior year, still did real well, made the Orleans Parish All-Star team. You heard me, we used to play Jefferson Parish All-Stars, made Louisiana Junior Nationals team, all that at like 140 pounds. But I got surgery right after the season ended. And a lot of the schools that was looking at me, once they saw like, oh, you kind of like, you got a serious condition, you know what I'm saying? They kind of started easing up off of wanting me to come play for them. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to try to go to LSU. My old lady at the time, she said she was going to go to LSU. We had been together since 10th grade. And I was like, I'm going to just walk on to LSU. I know I'm nice.
Is that like our dream school or something?
Was it our dream school? It really wasn't. I'm not trying to talk bad about her, but she got into LSU, but some of the other schools out of state that I wanted to go to, I wanted to leave Louisiana. Right. She didn't get into them schools.
Gotcha.
So when she got in LSU, it became, I'm sick, my old lady going to LSU, and I know I'm nice. I think I could walk on their team. I'm going to just go there. Got to LSU, my old lady cheated on me with some football players. You heard me? Yeah, bro. So secretly, I got beef with you, dog. You heard me? Anybody? Yeah. Just want you to know that.
It was not me.
It wasn't you, dog. It wasn't. Yeah. But it was some of your brothers. You heard me? That happened when I got to LSU, and I tried to walk on the team. Man, I'm at LSU at the same time as Big Baby, Garrett Temple, Brandon Bass, Tyrus Thomas.
A lot going on.
Yeah. Bro, I was nice, but they were great.
For sure.
So I didn't make it.
For sure. Yeah. Nah, man. Shout out all my former LSU Tigers. That was
Mitchell.
That was probably, especially from the men's perspective, I guess, like that was probably the most fun LSU basketball has ever been.
Absolutely.
You know, since Shaq and those dudes. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? But,
Absolutely.
But so look, once we until we get into like the rap, we're gonna dive into that more. You were a middle school math teacher.
Yeah, bro.
How? Why?
Yeah. So when I graduated from LSU, you know, my rap career wasn't popping. I was rapping as a side hobby, but I had to get a real job.
Sure.
And I said, man, you know, once I got held up at gunpoint, that was my senior year of college. And instantly, I was a business major at LSU, but I was like, man, I gotta make my life count. I gotta make impact while I'm down here. If I'm going to work for some rich company, you know, that don't feel like I'm making impact, right? So I was like, how could I make impact? Man, give back to the youth by being a teacher. So I taught at Baker Middle School. That's right there by Southern. Yeah, right over there, a little bit away from Southern in Baton Rouge. Taught middle school. I taught math. And I taught a class called Life Skills. And while I was teaching, I taught y'all know Fredo Bang?
Yeah.
The rapper? I taught him.
That's crazy.
I was his teacher, you heard me? Yeah, I taught G-Money, rest in peace, my man.
I just did a few songs together too, huh?
Yeah, Fredo, yeah. I taught a lot of people that's doing some amazing things right now. But while I was teaching, that's when I realized, I said, man, all my students are influenced by their favorite rappers more than anything else, bro. They know all Boosie lyrics. They know all Gates lyrics.
Yeah.
You heard me? They know all Lil Wayne lyrics. One of my students came in class one day, middle schooler, with M.O.B. tatted on his arm. Y'all know what M.O.B. means. Money over bitches, right?
Yeah.
I said, what made you get that tattoo, man?
Right.
I said, you know what that mean? He looked at me, he said, no, sir. I said, then why did you get it? He said, because his favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, got a tattoo on his chest.
Yeah.
Once I realized that, while I was teaching, it clicked to me. I said, man, my goal is I want to be a rapper now, but I want to be a rapper and have the platform of a rapper, but have the heart of a teacher.
Yeah.
And that'll bring something different to the game, because I saw how much my students were impacted by the music they listened to, man.
Right. Oh, that's amazing, brother. Yeah. I'll tell you, yeah, bro. I mean, I continue to be just proud of you. Even from the perspective, bro, like you just taking a chance. Like, right? Like, cause what you preaching goes against everything in the rap music, right? Like, and I wonder, like, have you felt blackballed? Did people ever try to blackball you? Like, is it harder coming back home trying to sell a show, knowing that they probably want to listen to Young Boy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's that thought process like?
Bro, it's been hard from day one. It has. Trying to think why I signed up for this, man. I didn't sign up for it to be easy. I signed up for it to be impactful. And even though it's hard, man, I'm at French Quarter Fest last night. You heard me? I landed on the flight, went, saw my people, and then went out there, caught like the last hour of French Quarter Fest. I just posted on my Instagram this morning. Little brother came up to me, man, 2017 Dee-1 Lakefront Arena, we had a youth summit and they had you performing. Bro, you changed my life that day with that performance. I was going to St. Aug at the time and you changed my life, bro. I just want you to know 10 years later, bro, I love you, bro. Thank you for that. Little brother just came up to me. That's why I do it.
For sure.
That's why I do it.
Absolutely.
So if it's hard, that's okay, because it was hard for the Lord as well, but he kept going until he finished his assignment.
Yeah. Where the name Dee-1 come from? Like, how you get that one?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I went to LSU.
For sure.
What kind of school is LSU?
I mean, football, right?
Right, yeah. But they got D1, D2, and D3, right?
Yeah,
it's a
D1 school.
I always figured that. It's a D1 school.
Yeah.
So I started rapping when I was at a D1 school, but also my real name is David.
Right.
So I felt like, man, God got a calling on me. But instead of being the one that God chose to do this, I'm gonna take the D from David and I'm gonna call myself D1. You hear me? So it's like a double entendre. And it came down to 2 names. We was in ECA, East Campus Apartments. And I remember I had a little business meeting with my partners. And I said, look, y'all, I'm about to do this rap thing for real. Should I be D1 or should I be King David? What should my rap name be, right? And we thought about it and they voted. It was 5 of us. And 2 people said King David. 2 people said D1, and the tiebreaker came to my boy Harry, right? And he said, man, you ain't no king, man. Be D1. Yeah. I said, all right, bro, that's cool. Became D1.
Yeah. What's the first song you wrote or performed or whatever that in your heart you felt like, man, this put me on with my people?
Yeah, I already know what it was. It was at LSU. It was the most popular song on campus. It was called Rebirth. You heard me? Literally, this was right after Katrina.
Yeah.
So I did a song, like a bounce back song for New Orleans. And the hook was like, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that 504. And bro, when I tell you the whole campus knew this song, right? I'm like, no, sir, we ain't gone. It's the Rebirth. Got the whole country second line in they white T-shirts. I'm from the city that goes by the 504 area code. Even my grandpa got a pair of Jabos. Look, now all day we grind hard for cheese. What you know about them boys out New Orleans E's? But I still be in the UPT where your whip costs 2 G's, but your rims cost 3. West Bank, where you at? I'm going to put the whole city on the map like I had a thumbtack. Yes, sir. I'm so comical. Flow astronomical. Baby, I'm fresh. Like I was a big timer, yo. Y'all ain't ready for that 504. That song there, on LSU campus, I was Jay-Z. Right. Straight up, I was Jay-Z. Ask anybody who went to school at that time, bro. That song there showed me, I got goosebumps just talking about it, dog. That song showed me the power of music to where if you can make something sound good but have a message in it, you could change the world.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. Pretty much what Tupac did, right?
That's exactly what he did.
Know what I mean?
And you know what Pac said? Pac said he might not be the one to change the world.
He hope he sparked the mind of someone.
Spark the minds of the people that will.
Yeah.
Facts, man, you got a favorite artist you want to collab with?
I probably got, I do. Let me not act like I don't. Yeah, Nas, bro.
Okay.
Nas.
I can see that.
Yeah, bro, Nas, you heard me? Because
we had Mac on a few episodes, and that was sort of, I feel like all 3 of y'all.
You know, So Mac is my big brother, you heard me? Like, absolutely.
Shout out Mac.
And one thing we got in common is that we both love Nas.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, like I met Nas like 10 years ago, introduced myself to him. I was geeked up. I was just like a fan, like a kid in a candy store. I saw Nas 2 months ago, and at this point, Nas pulling me to the side saying, boy, I'm so proud of you. You done came so far since we first met, and the people trust your voice. You literally changing the culture. That's what he told me. So at this point, Nas, what's happening, brother? I got a song for you. You hear me? Like, I got the perfect song for Nas. The perfect song. Literally. It's called Why Do We? And man, the song already crazy, but if I could get Nas on that thing, that'd be wild. So I love that. And I love a Lil Wayne collab.
Sure.
Cause I'm like I was influenced by the Hot Boys.
Absolutely.
I'm the holy Hot Boy.
It's undeniable.
You hear me? That's it. I'm the holy. I'm the holy Hot Boy. Straight up. That's what I'm just, bro. I'm a hot boy who gave his life to the Lord. You hear me? Straight up.
Straight up.
So come on, man. I need that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying I know what life is like. As I've been famous a long time, but I always wondered what's like the road life like for a musician. Like, is it? Cause I think some people probably look at it and say, "Man, y'all having a time of y'all lives," but in reality, you're living out suitcases, you're eating out every night. It's just not structures, no solid foundation. How do you navigate that? Yeah,
man, it's tough. I've experienced the highs and lows of living on the road for the past 15 years, basically.
Yeah,
for sure, bro.
I seen they pull you over one time.
Yeah, I got pulled over recently. I was doing a tour, and inside the whip, I had posters, I had hoodies, I had t-shirts, I had tour merch, and the police in North Carolina pulled me over. They just knew I was selling dope, you know what I mean? They just knew it. And I'm like, officer, I said, I'm gonna record this because y'all don't realize, man, I'm just a man of God out here trying to make music to change the world. Y'all sitting here ransacking the whip, thinking y'all finna find some drugs. And then, you know, fans come to my shows and they give me gifts, you know, thankfully. Like, I'm very grateful for the fans. They give me gifts. Ironically, the show before I got pulled over, a fan gave me a hoodie that he made, and it said dope dealer on it, but the D was crossed out and it put a H saying hope dealer. Hope dealer. So when the officer saw that, he was like, he just looked at me like, you think I'm stupid? Right. It say dope dealer on here. Right. You think you ain't got no dope in this car? I said, officer, it say hope dealer, brother. Like look at it. It was crazy, bro. But that road life, it ain't for everybody, man, for sure. And I'm grateful though, because I done seen a lot of success. You know, a lot of people could be a quick hitter and they come and go in the music industry, but I've had longevity. Yeah,
I mean, tell the people in the Bayou, man, just your music style and you know, your slogan. What is it? Be real,
be righteous, be relevant. Yeah.
What's like the meaning like behind all of that?
Yeah. So when I say 3 is up, whenever somebody see me in a picture and I'm throwing these 3 fingers up, that don't mean I'm a blood. That don't mean I'm in the Illuminati or none of that stuff, man.
You from the third one.
You thought from the third one?
No,
right. Nah, man, 3 is up. That's what it stands for. In everything you do, I feel like you should strive to be real. That means just be yourself. Be who God made you. Yeah. Be righteous. Know that doing the right thing is right. Doing the wrong thing is wrong, you know? And be relevant. To be relevant, man, you got to shut up and grind, man. You got to know that it's competition out here. The devil don't take a day off, so we can't either. You feel me? So that's what it is. And before I quit middle school as a teacher, before I quit teaching, I promised my students, I said, listen, Mr. Augustine is about to become a rapper full time. And I promise y'all that I am going to make it, but the only way I'm going to make it is if I don't compromise these 3 things. And I told my class, I'm going to be real, be righteous, and be relevant. And all these years later, I'm still throwing them 3s up.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
Man, how was it like leaving that life and, you know, you impacting those kids and saying, I really want to chase my dream ultimately, you know, and just be full head on with the music?
Man, I'm glad you asked me that because I felt kind of selfish at first. And I felt kind of guilty because I'm in Calabasas, California. I just signed a record deal at the time with RCA Records. And I get a call from one of my former students saying that one of my other students just got murdered. Right? And then I find out a few months later that another student I taught is who did it, who committed the murder. And I felt like, man, if I'd have still been their teacher, I don't think their lives would have took that turn. Meanwhile, I'm in Calabasas living the rap life, the good life. So I felt some guilt, you know, and I recently did an interview on my podcast. It's called The Shift. And one of the guests that I've had so far is a brother named Tech, T-E-C. He's a rapper out of Baton Rouge, and he's really successful. And I told him that because I used to teach his little brother. And after I was his little brother's teacher, the next time I saw his little brother was at Hunt's. His brother was locked up. And I told him, bro, like, I felt very guilty when I first stopped teaching to be a rapper, because part of me was like, did I make the right choice or did I desert the people I was called to? Right. And that brother told me on the podcast, he said, man, you absolutely made the right choice. He said, I love that you loved us that much, that you think about that. But he said, man, God had bigger plans for you and you never was out of reach. We always could reach out to you if we needed you, you know? So, but yeah, I've gone through that stuff, man. You know why? Because let's be honest, fame and stardom and attention is very attractive to all of us. For sure. They try to call me a clout chaser, but I'm like, everybody that's on the internet right now with a microphone turned on and with cameras, we all trying to get attention for what we do. Yeah. We want people to watch this. Yeah. Don't call me a clout chaser just because the message I'm pushing makes you feel bad about the message you pushing. Right. You feel me? Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, man, like we need to get rid of that thing that makes you feel like, oh, I'm doing something wrong if I'm going against the grain. It's like, bro, the grain got us in the conditions we in right now.
Sometimes you got to challenge the system.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that's my goal as a rapper, bro, is to be real, be righteous, be relevant, but be undeniable.
Yeah.
To the point where, like I say in my song Gangsta, I say, they don't like me, but they know they can't deny me. Man, I'm a real gangster, and you know right where to find me. G.A.N.G.S.T.A, do not try me. Growing and nurturing gifts, serving the Almighty. When they don't like you, T, but they know they can't deny you, that remind me of a young brother who went to LSU, who was undeniable, who got in some trouble, made some mistakes, but they couldn't deny him, so he still made it to the NFL, and now he gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. And I'm sitting next to him right now. You feel me?
Sure.
They don't like you, but they know they can't deny you.
Right.
You feel me? And you just keep going and you keep growing. And that's me, brother.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to think, man, that boy talking that real and he can rap. Man, I'm far from perfect, bro. But I just know that the side of me that I want to continue to highlight is the side of me that's pushing righteousness. You feel me? We just, unfortunately, we push the side of us that's illuminating all the negativity and the evil. And we like to show that side.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you feel like, as rappers, sort of responsible for like just that disconnect with the next generation? Like,
yeah, bro.
The drugs, right? Yeah. Like, some of this stuff is just stupid.
Percocet, Miley Percocet,
and then to promote
Percocet,
it, like on Instagram,
Miley Percocet.
Twitter. I'm like, what the like, bro? I don't ever remember the streets being like that,
bro. Exactly.
It's weird nowadays.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. And people want to push this stuff publicly, but get mad at you if you oppose it publicly.
Right.
It'd be different if you was a drug addict and you was struggling in silence behind closed doors. As a man, I would never exploit that and make fun of you for that or talk against that. I would try to help you in private. But you are pushing this on our youth publicly. If you pushing drugs on our youth, if you pushing murder and drilling and sliding on your ops and murking this, on our youth, then we have the right to oppose it publicly as well, bro. Yeah. That's the part I don't understand, man. We done made murder mainstream.
That's nuts.
It's crazy. Yeah. And it ain't hip hop, by the way. It's called hypocritical hop.
Yeah, for sure.
It ain't hip hop.
Even from a family perspective, right? Or even just just being in love with the girl of your dreams. I feel like, this world, everything is sort of designed to pull us away from that.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm like, how do we, I know how I did it. Obviously I, played 12 years in the league, and I feel like one of the reasons I made it out or made it through all that, because I was humble and like I actually held on to the people that I loved. So I kind of helped me stay, balanced. But I don't know if everybody got that sort of perspective on it,
At all, bro. At all. And we are the chosen ones, man. When we realize that we have a light on us and we have an opportunity to make it to places where our family hasn't been to and people in our neighborhood haven't been to, that comes along with a responsibility.
For sure.
So we got to use that platform, we got to use that blessing, and we got to say, hey, I'm going to be an example to other people of, even if you don't make it where I made it to, here's what it looks like to have a blessing and to not take it for granted. Yeah. We out here, bro, we are just so we confused right now, man.
Absolutely.
We confused. And a shift is happening because people starting to wake up and realize, hold on, something ain't right about the messages that we constantly pushing out there. Yeah. We cry when rappers die, but we love when they glorify murder when they're alive. Right. We get mad when somebody go to jail, but then when they out here and they rapping about gang activity and drugs, we praising them. Yeah. And we make them go platinum, and we sell their concerts out. We buy all their concert tickets, and we call them, oh, you used the word legend earlier. This is what I did when it come to hip hop. I said, we got to stop calling people legends, and we got to finish the sentence. They are a legend for what, right? Right. Some of the people we call legends, if you finish that sentence, it's like, dang, if I be real about it, that artist there, they are a legend for
leading me the wrong way.
Yeah. A legend for rapping about how much dope they sold to their own community. Right. A legend for talking about how many people they killed, even though they never killed nobody in real life, right? But the people I know who have, unfortunately taken people's lives, they don't be proud of that. They don't be wanting to brag about that on songs. So if you finish the sentence, you're a legend for what, right? Then you realize, man, we need to stop calling some of y'all legends because y'all are legends for leading our people the wrong way.
I agree. But look, you work with some rappers, of course, with like some real life gang affiliations and maybe not quite sticking to the platinum pledge. But how do you balance like the work desire to like want to work with those rappers?
Man, I love working with somebody who doesn't get to showcase the light, love, God-filled side of who they are. Because honestly, these people ain't no demons. I ain't met a demon yet. All the people I done worked with, and you like, oh, you could just go down the list. I know you know the people I done worked with: Boosie, BG, Project Pat, Fredo Bang, like Juvenile. I mean, you name it. Buku people. Ain't none of them no demons. And people might say, well, look what they rap about in their music. The thing is, bro, Jesus called us to literally work with, and Jesus called us to interact with and to love and to impact the people that we are around, right? And I'm around these people. And if anything, I want to be able to show other people that they have another side to them. And I want to help them feel good about showing that side of them. Because I was once that dude too. I was once that dude who was like, man, I know that I got another side to me, but the streets of New Orleans ain't really celebrating me for that. Right. So I'm just gonna fit in.
Right, like you said, dim your light.
Can you explain the platinum pledge
for sure
for our viewers?
Yeah. So the platinum pledge, I established that in 2024, and I turned platinum into an acronym that stands for People Leading a Transformation Involving Newly Unified Mindsets. Right. In the music industry, when you go platinum, that's like the top of the top, right? So I feel like the platinum pledge is about us unifying and saying this: we pledge that we no longer are going to create, support, or promote music that's glorifying murder, drug dealing, drug use, disrespecting women, and sexual irresponsibility, right? And that's the platinum pledge. And it's on my website, and I'm encouraging people to take 2 seconds to go on Dee-1music.com, DEE, the number 1, music.com, and sign the platinum pledge. Yeah. What it's doing is it's creating a community of people who say, we love hip hop, but we just don't want hip hop that's glorifying those negative.
Want to destroy us.
That's it, bro. Yeah. And watch this. That don't mean we can't talk about murder, drugs, sex, disrespecting women. That don't mean we can't talk about those things, but don't glorify it. Don't make it sound cool. We should talk about it in a way like, I seen this growing up. I experienced this, but here's how we change it.
Yeah. Does it bother you when dudes like Meek Mill and Rick Ross and everybody got something to say about you? Yeah. Because you speaking what's on your mind.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, man. I love those brothers and I love everybody. Jim Jones had stuff to say at one time.
It's a few.
Joe Budden had stuff to say at one time. Charleston White.
I see y'all just had a little reconciliation.
Just ran into him, you know what I'm saying? Cool. Everybody who I've had issues with, by the grace of God, I've been able to meet them all in person or talk to them over the internet.
Two mountains will never meet, but two men will. Always.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll be,
Yes, sir.
I'll be, I restrain myself because I'm like, okay, I'm going to see them again.
There you go. There you go. And by the grace of God, when I've seen all these people, it's been loving interactions, you know what I'm saying? It's been something where we could talk as men, look each other in the eye, and get an understanding for where each of us is coming from. Because ultimately, bro, we all got a mama, we all got a grandma, we all got some kids that's either our kids or some other youngins that we care about, and we want to make this world better for all them. So if we can't agree on everything, that's fine. You ain't got to be Christian.
And we don't have to.
Yeah, you ain't got to be Christian like me. You ain't got to agree with everything I say. But do you want to make this world better for these babies? And I ain't met nobody yet who said no to that. So it's like, all right, let's figure out how to do that together moving forward.
Man, what about Weezy, right? I know you, like many of us, grew up listening to Weezy, but I know you probably was inspired by his music.
Big time. My first rap name was Deezy. At LSU. That was my first rap name. Easy. Trying to be just like Wayne.
Weezy influence, literally, I mean, he still got a grip on the culture. Yeah. To a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Big time. Brother, I wish I could have a heart-to-heart with Lil Wayne. Because we both smart kids from New Orleans. We like brothers who were separated at birth. Mm-hmm. I promise you, brother. He from uptown, I'm from downtown. He went to McMahon, I went to Ben Franklin. Smart, you know what I'm saying? Smart, but from like street type environments, you know what I mean? And I just feel like I know I could talk to Lil Wayne's heart. I know I could talk to Lil Wayne's soul if I had the opportunity to. In a way that'll really reach him, because he ain't no dummy, bro.
No, never been.
Not by a long shot.
And he's a good human being. I know that because I know his whole team. I know people that's around him. He's a good human
respectful.
being. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. It comes a time, though, in life to where we have to put our old ways aside and realize that evolution is really gangster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. And ain't nobody untouchable. You know what I mean? People think they're untouchable until they get touched. Yeah. And what I mean is, we think that we got so much money and we got so much status and we a legend. But man, when you get that call that one of your loved ones got cancer, or when you get that call that something happened to your son or your daughter, or when you get that call that, oh, mom's in her last days, reality hits you real quick and you realize we need something that this world can't give us. Look, as we talking right now, that's Boosie FaceTiming me, right? Literally, bro, this is God that allows me to be talking what I'm talking, making the type of music I'm making, but having it to where I got an opportunity to build with brothers like this on a real level.
That's amazing, bro. One of the guests we had on recently was Mac, and I want to get your thoughts on, because Lil Durk, all these dudes in jail, and so I just want to get your thoughts on like the lyrics and music that's sort of leading to guys getting booked now.
Yeah. Oh, so using people's lyrics against them at trial.
Correct.
Mean? Yeah. I don't think that we should instantly just be able to take what somebody say in a song and use that against them at trial. But I do think that if people are rapping in detail about specific crimes that they committed, and they telling you the location, they telling you when, they telling you what gun they used, they telling you who the victim was, what the bullet was. I do think that stuff at that point becomes more than lyrics. That becomes a confession. It
becomes incriminating.
There you go. It's an incriminating confession. So, like, let's just stop. Bro, can we just stop acting dumb for a second, bro? If we're rapping about murdering people, and if we're going in detail about people we murdered, and if we're getting on Instagram and bragging about it and talking about we robbed them for their chain and showing the chain on Instagram, then when they want to use this against you at trial, stop acting like, man, I was at my crib sleep.
Right, yeah.
I'm a God-fearing man. I ain't do none of that. Man, just stop. Like, stop trying to play dumb, man. We are better than that, bro.
Chill.
And then everybody want to make it this old deep, complex issue like, well, are we being victimized? No, we are being dumb. That's what we traumatized. Yeah. That's what it is. We traumatized by making money off of doing the devil's work. That's what it is, bro.
So I want to ask you, how has your Christian faith like impacted the way you rap and live life?
It's the foundation for everything I do, bro. Everything I do, I got to look at this bracelet and say, what would Jesus do? You heard me? When I started wearing that, I was in high school. Allen Iverson used to wear these, and I was hooping. You heard me? I didn't even know what it meant at first. But the power of athletes who we look up to and artists who we look up to, I started wearing it because AI had it. I had cornrows because AI had cornrows. But now I really try to live by this. So when I step in the booth to make music, I gotta say, man, every song I make don't have to be talking about God, every single song, but it gotta be a song that God will look down and be like, I rock with that.
Yeah. Right. You feel like you're a Christian rapper, or?
I never felt like I was a Christian rapper because I never knew what a Christian rapper was growing up. I grew up on No Limit and Cash Money.
Right.
I grew up on Nas, Tupac, and DMX, Jay-Z. Yeah. So I was just like, I know what rap is, and I know what it means to step on the scene and just be a rapper, but be a dude that, like, before any of this stuff, I'm a Christian everything. You heard me? Yeah. So that's all that is, bro. And even that, man, some people get intimidated by saying, oh, you a Christian this or you a Christian that. It's like, bro, Jesus was real. He really lived. He walked this earth. Yeah. He set an amazing example for us to follow. All we trying to do is emulate the love that he exuded, the patience, the forgiveness, the boldness that he exuded in whatever we do. So whether you playing football, Whether you playing basketball, whether you doing construction, you're a plasterer, you doing sheetrock like my grandpa used to do, whether you a welder like my daddy, whether you a rapper, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to be exuding that in all walks of life. So it's not like, oh, I'm a Christian welder. My daddy was a Christian welder.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
My grandpa was a Christian sheetrock or plasterer. You know what I'm saying? My mama was a Christian post office worker.
Right.
What?
Yeah, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, brother, I'm a rapper. And in everything I do, I'm just a man of God. I'm a Christian and all that. You know what I mean?
Shout out our family at FanDuel, right? NBA action. So I want to ask my main man, what's going on in the playoffs, bro?
Hey, bro, I've been
Courtesy
seeing
of
a
FanDuel.
lot of stuff been going on. Like Orlando actually beat the Pistons. That shit shocked me. I was like, oh my God. Like I didn't see that coming. So that was Pistons a top seed team. The
Right.
Thunder, they blowing anybody they play. I don't care who get in their way. Anybody get in their way, they're gonna blow you out. They might be averaging 130 points a game, bro.
How you stop them?
Who can stop Thunder?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I guess you're
I
right,
mean,
bro.
and nothing you can do about that. But hey, guys, we got something special for you guys. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet hits. All you got to do is put a little $5 bet, you know, put it on anything that you have faith in, you know. You get $250 back. But that'll get you closer to the action, man. To, you know, player props, anything that you might want to put on your favorite stars, just go ahead on and knock it out, man. But make your pick with confidence. And FanDuel, shout out to you guys for being the best supporters.
Don't
And
miss your shot.
hey, take your time, make your pick. I promise you. Head over to FanDuel.com and get in on the action right now today. So you left the teaching profession all those years just to find your way back. You know, you were named Nazir Jones, hip hop fellow at Harvard and a professor at Tufts.
Yeah.
Like, how did the world of education like come back into your life?
Yeah.
Harvard, bro.
From the hood to Harvard. From the hood to Harvard, yeah.
Bro, you went from teaching
That's impressive, bro. That's a lot to be proud of, dude.
a little math class to teaching like at a professional level. That's tough.
It's Harvard.
Thank y'all, man. I got goosebumps again just talking about it, man. So I'm a teacher at my core. And so even as a rapper, I'm always trying to put a message in the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put some medicine inside the candy. So when I had the opportunity to go to Harvard University and become a fellow and then go to Tufts University and become a professor, man, I had to say yes to that, bro. Because who would have ever thought that this was possible coming from out the goose? You heard me? From the hood to Harvard. I got an album called From the Hood to Harvard. And I literally made that because I was reflecting on the plane one day. I was flying up there to teach my class. And I'm like, bro, my life don't make no sense. Like, this is crazy. And I want people to be inspired just to know
You ain't
that.
waste nothing, bro. You ain't waste no time.
Bro, like, I just want people to be inspired to know that anything is possible. But this the key. The key is to elevate, but the goal is to elevate without compromising.
Yes.
Because if you compromise and you elevate, it's like, man, you sold out. So yeah, you made it, but you don't stand for nothing.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of them people in the world.
Right.
We got a bunch of powerful people with no morals. Right. You feel
Sure.
me? But that's the
Too
goal.
many of them.
Elevation without compromise. And that's what I'm most proud of, bro.
I want to ask you, hip hop, right? And we had Mac on, and I think by the time Mac came on, it was no rap songs was like in the top 40. Right?
Yeah.
Like, what is the state of hip hop? Like, do you think we could kind of like right this ship? Or
Yeah. Hip hop.
it's a rap?
Hip hop has more.
Rap is done.
It's not done. Rap is not done. Hip hop has more talent and more creativity than ever, but it has no direction. So imagine a running back who got Hall of Fame potential, but he's blind.
Right.
And he can't see right now. Sure. His face mask is shielded. You heard me? So he don't know which direction is the end zone. He might be running the wrong direction and about to get a safety.
Right.
You heard me? Sure. That's what hip hop is doing. It's full of talent, but it don't have no direction. So all I'm trying to do is get us to say, hey, let's take this talent, let's make money, but let's stand for something. Because not standing for nothing is what got us in the position we in now.
You think rap need a union? Like, would a union benefit
A union,
rappers?
a union would benefit rappers, but you got too many selfish rappers with their own agenda. And they don't care about anything but the bag. And if you have a union, the goal is, hey man, we got to have some standards that we're going to hold ourselves accountable to as well. And I don't think enough rappers want to stand for something.
Want to answer to somebody.
Yeah, they don't want to have to answer to somebody. There you go. So I'm definitely striving to do that though. I'm striving to unify rappers and bring us together, get us on the same page. I hosted something called Rappers Only. Had 900 rappers sign up for it online. I did it on Zoom. 900 rappers signed up to where I only had rappers in the room on Zoom, and we got to talk about what do we need as the hip hop community, as artists. Is it a union? What is it? What kind of mental health support do we need? What kind of financial services support do we need? I don't know if y'all know this, but I teach about this in my college course. Almost 80% of musicians suffer with mental health issues. Almost 80%. That's 4 out of every 5. So people who y'all see that's rapping, just know 4 out of 5 of them is going through some type of mental health issue, bro. That's because of the pressure that come along with being an artist.
I never knew that.
And you popular, but you broke. Right. Or you got to be in character every day. Yeah. You're one person around your family, but now when you go in the streets, you got to all of a sudden become OG killer, you know what I'm saying, to the third power. Right. And yeah, bro, 4 out of 5 rappers dealing with mental health issues, bro. Yeah, so the answer is truly just knowing your purpose, man. That's the answer. Because when you know your purpose, and especially your God-given purpose, it makes it to where you have a lens to process your struggle through. So when I struggle, I be like, all right, this is tough. My body is tired mentally. I'm worn out. I got people online attacking me. Brother, just in the last month, I think I counted online 5 people made diss tracks about me. 3 of these people I know personally. Right. A couple of them I known for almost 20 years, right? Making diss tracks. I had people threatening to kill me because in Atlanta, I was opposed to there being a strip club night at an NBA game. They was trying to have a strip club themed night, Magic City Monday, at an Atlanta Hawks game where kids was
for kids. That's nuts.
Right. Yeah, and I spoke out against it. Had people threatening to kill me, had them trying to ban me. So all this happened in the last month, bro. Have all kind of people. Every day I get online, bro. People got Dee-1 slander. Oh, he a clout chaser. He be lying, da-da-da. All this. God, how do I deal with all this? But then when I realized, hey, they hated Jesus too. And he dealt with it. And guess what Jesus did? He still kept loving them people.
For sure.
He figured out a way to forgive them people. And he figured out a way to keep forward to finish his mission. It helps, bro. So that spiritual foundation is everything for me, man. You know, yeah, bro. They banned me from all the strip clubs in Atlanta. I don't even go to strip clubs. You hear me? So they thought they was doing something because when I spoke out against the Hawks game and I put a song out called "Shut Them Down," and so they got mad. So they literally the strip clubs got together and banned me from all the strip clubs. I'm like, bro, y'all just helped me. You know what I'm saying by doing that.
Proving point.
Yeah, y'all just proving my point. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Back to what you said about the about the hip hop, but the top streaming album last year was "Graduation" by Kanye.
What, 2007?
Yeah, came out in 07.
That was a while ago, right?
Another sign of the state that the genre is just it's terrible. Yeah. But he just dropped his latest album, Bully, which filed, talk about his apology, to the Jewish people, for being very anti-Semitic, and in the past, he was just nasty, But like, how should we like as fans of music approach listening to him in 2026?
Brother, you a genius for coming up with that question. You heard me? I promise you, because the reality is.
Cause I always go back when I go back and listen to that old Kanye, like I go work out, you just get so motivated just listening to
let me just say this
his message at that
time. Let me just say this again, man, because in case I clip this up and put this online, it's dangerous to listen to Kanye West in 2026 because we no longer know if he's a credible messenger. He'll say one thing today and then tomorrow be on something totally different and say the opposite. And that means that when we listen to you, we can't fully embrace what you're saying because you've shown us that you all over the place. Right. And being a credible messenger is what we need in hip hop in 2026. Who's somebody that says something that's going to stand on it and they're going to be consistent with the message they're putting out there. If it's just music that we making, then at the end of the day, we don't know if this music is coming from your heart or if it's just because you're trying to be on the charts.
Right.
But we need people who are like, no, I care about my message and I manifest my message through my music.
Gotcha. Let's talk about that, like activism, right? Like, you take a lot of pride in that. Do you feel like we know you do a lot of stuff in the community. Do you feel like the rap part of it is part of the activism?
Yeah, for sure. Well? Yeah, being an activist, I call myself an edutainer because I'm an educator and an entertainer mixed in one.
So I could dig it.
Yeah, so I'm an edutainer, you heard me? And dog, the activism, my goal is I gotta make sure that I can make the music still sound good, even with the message mixed in it. I never want it to sound preachy.
For sure.
And I never want to make music that has a message, but then the message is so overpowering that you can't even like vibe out to it.
So,
yeah. Right. And I walk that walk pretty good, if I must say so myself.
No doubt. Yeah.
Right, so you like you said, you just turned 41, you know, like.
Hold on, who said that, man? Who said it, brother? Hey, man, I need y'all to edit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm timeless, brother. I don't know what you talking about. Y'all producers got that mixed up. Go ahead.
Oh, but so like, you know, you still driving music and touring and stuff. Like, what's next for you?
What's next?
What's next?
Whatever God want.
Okay.
So when I talk to God and when I stay in touch with what His will is for my life, it's just my job to say, yes, sir. I got
That's
you.
when
I got you, coach. Put me in the game. All I prayed to God to do was put me in the game.
Yeah.
God, I felt like I was sitting on the bench for years.
Right.
You heard me? Just put me in the game, coach. I'm gonna make you proud.
Yeah.
I've been studying all the players. I've been seeing what they're doing. God put me in that game, bro. And I don't want to come out no time soon until He ready for me to come out.
Right.
So whatever He got me doing, rapping, college professor, public speaker. I'm a children's book author. I got an anti-bullying hip-hop children's book. It's called David Found His Slingshot. You hear me? Yeah. Doing that, being at Harvard, being at Tufts, whatever God want me doing, man.
No, that's tough, bro. Harvard.
Man, you lived a hell of a life. We down here in the Bayou, we talk about Master P, right? Like he just lived it all. Yeah. And I mean, I like to look at you in that same, like you've done a lot, bro.
Man,
you've done a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That mean a lot, bro.
Yeah, you've done a lot, bro. So,
dang.
The only thing you gotta do is get some cereal and some rice. Yeah, Pete,
like
man.
Pete.
Right.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Man, I'm grateful, bro. I feel the same way about you, bro. Yeah. I feel the same way about you, brother. I remember I was at LSU before you, you know what I mean? So I just remember my grandma calling me, talking about you, rest in peace to my grandma. And I just remember her telling me, like, that boy from LSU, he seemed like he in our family because he don't let nobody stop him, you know what I mean? Yeah. And she just, man, and I remember what year y'all won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs?
19.
That was 19.
Yeah.
Yep. That was 19. Wait, so technically it was the beginning of 2020, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And COVID hit like.
What was the exact date? You remember of that Super Bowl?
February 11th or 9th or something like that?
I thought it was like the 14th or like 7th. I don't know.
It was February.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. My grandma passed on February 7th, 2020. You won the Super Bowl 5 days before that, bro.
The 2nd. Yep.
You gave my grandma a great gift before she left this earth.
I appreciate that.
Because she loved you. You ain't even know her, but she loved you, and she just felt like he one of us, so I'm rooting for him. Yeah, 5 days before she left this earth, bro,
What's up, bro?
Yeah, bro, I mean that.
Tough. Yeah, man. Shit, I ain't even got the words for that. I know for me personally, though, I just try to represent myself, my family, my kids, and not really like shy away from what I've been through, but to every chance I get, remind people I'm not that no more. Like I'm, trying to get a little better each and every day. So, man, I don't wake up and try to be special. It's just one foot in front of the other. Love the people that love me, and community. Just trying to put my hand in the pile, bro. Trying to help people win. So. Because we all one family, bro. We all one family, we one unit, we one community. And we don't have to agree on everything, but, being able to listen to people's, different perspectives, I mean, that's what family about. That's what the Sunday family dinner is for. Like
literally, everybody got a different perspective. Everybody got a different story that they went through that week.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna disagree over what y'all watching or which game on TV right now, or if to watch TV or cut the TV off. Y'all disagreeing about a lot, but boy, ain't nothing like that love.
Nah, nothing.
And you know what? Before we start eating, let us pray.
For sure.
You heard me? I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. We appreciate you stopping by the Bayou today, bro. I know our fans. I know they're gonna love it. I know they're gonna love this episode, and I know Mac gonna love it as well too.
Oh
so,
man, I hope Mac love it. I hope y'all fans love it. Thank you for creating such a dope platform, and
appreciate you.
And it's always a lesson in a loss, man. When I got cut from LSU's team as a freshman, my whole identity was built into being a basketball player at the time.
Yeah.
So I felt empty without basketball. Thank God I found hip hop at that point, right? And hip hop mixed in with a desire to make God proud has turned David into DZ into D-1.
Sure.
And being D-1 has allowed me to change the world for the better, and I still got more to do. And I'm not here to do it by myself, man.
Yeah.
Here to do it with my brothers like y'all, man.
Sure.
So thank y'all.
Man, keep going, brother. Keep going, man. Like I said, I know I'm proud of you. Just from a fellow brother, man. Like it's hard to make it out of this place, but man, keep fighting that good fight, bro. Like people hear you. You know what I mean? And keep knocking on that door, man. And hopefully, you can start to change the perspective of, a Boosie or, a lot of these other people, man. But shout out our fans, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. Turn your notifications on, dog. Like, I mean, as soon as you see this, just send it to your grandma. Send it to my mama, because she got everybody's phone number. So, but yeah, man, y'all keep pushing that, man. So, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks on the next episode in the Bayou. Appreciate you.